What's going on, everybody? Thanks for tuning in to another cruise of smooth. Hope y'all are doing okay. So, I heard a story, and I don't know if it's true or not. It's not political, which I'll take anything like that these days because everything's political. This family that had been doing they weren't living on easy street, but they were doing well enough to live comfortably. You know, money and savings, and able to do what they wanted so long as they budgeted for it. So kind of your middle class American. Well, they had some neighbors that, due to all the things that had gone on in life, and I'd imagine the stories related to COVID, due to that, their neighbors just ended up in a bind, hard way to go, trouble paying bills, things like that. And with COVID going on, we'll just say it's COVID. With COVID going on and them being stuck at home but still working, they didn't mind helping their neighbors out. They knew they were good people, known them for a while. And so they didn't mind helping them with groceries or bills or things like that. Well, one time, the father of the family that was doing the helping walks over to his neighbor's house, knocks on the door, and asks for some table salt. And the father of the other family answered the door. They talked for a couple minutes. He goes and gets him his table salt in a Ziploc bag or a Tupperware container, runs it out to him, and he walks back over. He walks back over into the kitchen, sets down the container of salt. And he said, he sets it down in the kitchen counter. Wife goes, "What's that?" He's like, "Oh, I asked the neighbor for some table salt." She goes, "Why'd you do that?" She's like, "You know we've got table salt in our house. You know that we've got the money to go buy table salt if we didn't." He goes, "I know. But I wanted him to feel like I needed help occasionally too. And eventually I'll give him back his table salt. But I didn't want him to feel like he was the only one that had something to contribute to that I was the only one that had something to contribute to our friendship. And that he just needed me, and that I didn't occasionally need help too. It's not about the table salt, it's about helping him feel okay about himself." So, I guess the kind of my takeaway on that little story is it is not a problem to help anybody out at all. But don't be afraid to ask for the favor to be returned if and when it's convenient. And if there's a situation that you're in similar to the middle class guy that was doing okay, don't be afraid to ask for a favor. "Hey, can you help me move this?" Even if it's just, rearranging the furniture in your living room so you can put it back later. Whatever it is. Don't be afraid to make people feel needed. Having responsibilities is a big part of what contributes to meaning. And if you can be responsible to your friends and family and those around you, that helps give meaning. And with COVID still going on, and there being a real possibility of more government-forced shutdowns, if you're in a sector where you're not shut down and you know someone that is, and they can help you with something just to be busy, it's not a bad thing. I remember 6 years ago at this point, I was unfortunately in between jobs. The way I would spend the majority of my day is I would go to the public library, get on the computer, and fill out job applications for 8 hours a day. I'd take breaks to go back to my house and eat, but that's how I spent a huge percentage of my day, was filling out job applications online and searching for jobs. And I went nuts, feeling useless about a lot of things. My wife was pregnant at the time, but she was still able to do everything around the house. The kids were in school, so I'd help out with homework when I got home if I needed to. But there was I wasn't doing much aside from filling out job applications. I felt useless. And so I went with a buddy of mine over to his job, and I helped him pack essentially sawed-off railroad ties that his job used for bracing on equipment, just to feel useful. So don't underestimate what that can do for people. That's all I got. Leaving y'all with that thought. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Catch you next time.